All right, let's get this video started off by getting that back end right there adjusted. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the lift kit, put it back stock, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I got some 1.25 inch wide by like, I think it's about an 1/8 inch thick. And we're gonna make some longer shackles for it. I had a guy ask me in the last video, why don't I just trim the plastic? Number one, I hate doing something like that because if I trim too much on this side, then the other side, somebody else might not ever see it, but it would bother me tremendously, okay? And number two, it's already Raptor line, which is no big deal. I got to Raptor line some more things anyway, but I would hate for this side to be, you know, 1 inch or 1/2 inch taller than the other side. Stuff like that just irks my nerves. And I'm just trying to do it with some shackles. Anyways, I'm about to get started. All right, we're back 100% stock again. Went ahead and took the lift off, flipped it back on top of the leaves. So my plan this time, instead of just doing something, let's set the body on here first, then put a tire on here and the wheels on here, let it off the jack stands, see how much room we have. Then we can determine how high we need to go with it. That's my plan. Last time I didn't do that. Last time I had the wheels on first, then I tried to put the body on and it just wouldn't go down. So we're gonna try the opposite this time. All right, wheel and tire is not on here, and here's the reason why. This is a 23-inch tall tire. That means we needed to measure from this right here center to the top right here. That's one measurement. And from the center over here. This is actually the closest distance to the hub. So 23 divided by 2 is 11.5 inches. And we're at 11.25 inches from this to the center, but we're just past 11.5 to the top right there. This is what's holding us up right here. So a lot of people would say, just go ahead and shave this. And that might be the easiest and quickest thing to do. My problem with doing that though, is this side right here might come out more shaved than the other side. And I know what you're thinking, you don't get to see both sides at the same time, but I would know that it's wrong and that would eat me alive. So there's that. We can make shackles to lift it up, but I really do not think we're even centered here in the wheel well. We could stretch the axle back just a little bit. Now there'd be one way of doing it. We could probably go in there and drill, I don't know, a 1/2 inch back off the leaf spring and reapply that bolt back through the leaf spring. That'd be one way of doing it. Or we could drill a hole in the axle perch, and that way we could slide the axle perch back and it would drop in that front hole. But the problem with that is it would still be lined up on this lower bracket, so the shock would move closer towards the axle. Okay, so I really don't want to do that. I don't know exactly what to do, but I will say this. If we drilled a hole in the leaf spring back, let's say a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch, that means we're extending the wheelbase back a little bit, and we don't really have to make a shackle a whole lot longer than that. Maybe like 1 inch taller, if that. And that would give us, you know, the right amount of clearance up here. I think it would look more centered inside the wheel well, and we wouldn't have to cut this back here. All right, here we are. I'm gonna bust it back down real quick. That's our locator pin right there. Single leaf. It's not gonna have a back seat on it. Not worried about that. We need to remove these right here. Those bolts were very aggravating to get off. I tried to heat them. I tried to do everything I could to get them off. So I said, you know what? I can always replace it. So I went ahead and removed that one and that one over there. Probably need to remove the leaf, and we're going to come back. I'm gonna say, what you think? between 1/2 and 3/4, maybe 5/8. All right, it's the next morning. I was looking for my punch last night so I can punch here to drill. Couldn't find it. I think I broke it. So went this morning to Harbor Freight, grabbed a little punch here. And this is one of the spring punches. So anyways, we're gonna come back here. I haven't figured out my measurement just yet, how far I wanna go, but went ahead and dropped both leaf springs down. So we're gonna go ahead and I might take them off the front as well, so we can actually drill straight down and not have to be at some kind of a weird angle back here, but that's what we got. All right, got a leaf spring in my vise here, centering up this hole. I think we're gonna come back 3/4 of an inch and drill another hole. So I'm gonna mark this from the center of this one to the next one will be 3/4 of an inch back. I think that'll give us plenty of room up front, and it won't look like the front is too wide from the back. All right, got my mark right there. 3/4 of an inch from the center here. I think that looks pretty good there, and it's just about in the center of the leaf as well. Might have to go over just a tiny bit, but we're gonna drill a pilot hole first, and then we're gonna drill this hole on this one. Drilling through a leaf spring is not the easiest thing as what's this hardened steel, but one thing that made it so much easier, plasma cutter. So we were able to notch it out, and then I was taking my Christmas tree step bit, going at the top and the bottom to make the hole more rounder. So little by little, we're getting there. But what I'm thinking about doing, this was the bolt that I ground down for the bottom of this plate right here. So it would fit with the lift kit, because I had the lift kit, but I didn't have any hardware. And this right here bolt fit perfect. So this bolt will not fit in the leaf spring, even in the factory hole. Now it will fit down in here. So I'm gonna run to the hardware store. I'm gonna get a smaller diameter bolt here, probably fit through this hole a little bit easier. All right, just went to the hardware store, grabbed some 5/16 by 1 with a nylon locker here. And on this bottom plate, it's barely too big. So either I can drill this out or I can file this right here down a little bit. And it's the same way on both sides. Actually, this fits in there a little bit better. Now down here, it fits inside of there, snug, on both sides. So it doesn't really matter which one goes where. All right, put the leaves back on it. Look at there. Perches are touching the leaves on both sides there. So that's pretty good. Front as well. Let's get this right here all mounted up and see exactly what it looks like with the body on it. I'll pick you back up in just a minute. So by doing this, the shock doesn't move, the axle moves back, right? But you're still able to mount the shock. Just bend it a little bit. See there, it's bent right there a little bit. Or not bent, but angled. So now there is one thing about the shocks I've noticed. Watch this right here. As we tighten it, it's going to compress the axle to the frame. That's probably 1/2 inch to 1 inch right there. In the back, or this right here side, you have to put the motor on before you put the shock on, because it was interfering right there. So just note that if you do the same thing I've done here. I like that. We're not there yet, but I like it. Let me show you what we got. Front, there's the back. Now the back is now centered. So the wheel is on, and it's not on jack stands or anything, but we still need to lift it up, give it a little bit of clearance. Passenger side, you can see, I mean, we're barely touching there in the front. We barely touching here in the rear. And that's how much she's sticking out here. I don't think that looks too bad. I like that. That's how much she's sticking out on the driver's side. But check that out. I think it looks pretty good. Looks like maybe barely touching up here, barely in the back. However, we couldn't put the wheel on to begin with because it was too far forward, or 3/4 of an inch forward. So it's pretty much centered. I'm thinking now, let's build some little bit longer shackles to be able to get it up off the body just a little bit. All right, so what I've done now is I've taken the shackles loose, just the bottom, okay? Got the jack underneath the cross brace in the rear, and I've lifted it up to see exactly what kind of gap we got. Right now we have 1.5 inches on this side. And we have 1.5 inches on this side. Now we can take our measurements for the shackles where they're at, and we can now make those that length. This is plenty of gap right here. It's kind of close there. Still a fingertip in there, but that looks good to me. That looks a lot better than the 4.5 inches. So I think that's what we're gonna go with right there. So I just measured the holes here, and we're about 3.5, right? So I'm thinking 1/2 inch from this to the bottom, and 1/2 inch from that to the top. We probably need to make a 4.5 inch long shackle. Well, it looks like I've had an accident, but I haven't. Not at all. I am sitting here drilling holes in the shackle. I took an old shackle, placed it on the other 4 that I cut. I'm about to flip it over and do the same thing. I'm just showing you, if you don't have the right tools to do something, there's no need to say, you know what, I can't do it. There's always gonna be somebody out there that's got better tools, better knowledge, better fabrication skills, better everything, right? You know, it'd be great if I had like a drill press, like that right there. Why am I doing this? Because it's quicker. I really need to get that thing right there mounted, and I need to do something with all of this stuff in here, guys. I know y'all probably look at these videos like, wow, that boy's garage is junky, and it is. I've just got all kind of stuff in here, but I'm getting stuff done. That's really the only thing that matters. You know, I do have a drill press. I do have that, but you see the way I'm doing it here? And that's just from years of having to figure things out. So I say that to tell you, if you don't have the right tools for the job, figure it out, get it done, because you can do it. Well, boys, got the shackles on. Went ahead and threw the rear on as well. That looks so much better right there. Now, I couldn't have just done the shackles alone because the front of the tire was rubbing the front of the rear portion of the underbody. So we had to do that 3/4 of that stretch. And I think that was the perfect amount because it looks more centered now. And then I went up to a 4.5 inch long shackle, and it gives me just enough room in here. Now, is it going to bottom out some? Probably so. But this right here, the way it's sitting, it looks good. I like the way this looks. We're getting closer to finishing this right here. I still need to paint the shackles. I still need to install the shocks. We still got a lot more work to do, but I think we're gonna end the video here. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. It looks really good. I didn't like the rear lift. It had too much rake. You know what I mean? I am from South Carolina, and we do like them lean back instead of lean forward. Anyways, I like the way this right here looks. I think this is the look. That's the look right there. We got enough rake. So I appreciate you guys watching today's video. It was a little inspiration there at the end, wasn't it? Anyways, I had fun doing this right here. This was a fun project. We got a lot more work to do on this right here week. And I have another video out of line coming up soon, but we're going to be working on this right here pretty heavy this week. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here so I don't keep rambling. Appreciate everyone watching today's video. I'll put links to just about everything in the video description that I've used on today's video. So until next time, we'll see y'all later. Bye.